Hello friends, if you are appearing for NISM Series 15, that is Research Analyst exam, and are looking for questions that might be asked in this exam, let me tell you that all the questions that you see in this video are from real exam which have been conducted in the past 2 weeks. So don't miss out on any question and watch this video till the end. Let me start with the very first question. Which research entities should appoint a compliance officer? Options are: all types of research entities other than independent analysts should appoint a compliance officer. B. All types of research entities which are body corporate or limited liability partnership firm should appoint a compliance officer. Option C. All types of research analysts including independent analysts should appoint a compliance officer to monitor the compliance process. And D. None of the above. So friends, the correct answer to this question is all types of research entities. Doesn't matter if they are limited or partnership, all of them should go for a compliance officer. Next question. Dash can be considered as a matured industry in India. The option are oil and gas industry, e-commerce industry, biotech industry and fintech industry. Friends, the correct answer is oil and gas industry. As you know that every industry goes through a lot of phases since the inception. It can be in the growth stage, it can be a maturity stage and decline stage thereafter. So if you compare between all these industries that are listed, only oil and gas industry can be said to be in its matured stage, whereas this e-commerce, biotech and fintech have only come in the recent years and can never be considered anywhere close to mature. Going to the next question, identify the factors likely to have most influence in the movement of commodity prices in the near term. The options are inventory cycle, economic cycle, monetary cycle and secular trend. So friends, the correct answer is inventory cycle. What is inventory cycle? Is that how often we would need to restock our inventory is what is inventory cycle. You have to understand that if the things are not getting sold and if I have an inventory cycle which is very huge, of course the prices of the commodities are going to go down. Whereas if the demand is there in the market, then the prices will go up and also the inventory cycle will be very short and I will have to frequently do the restocking process. So the correct answer is inventory cycle. Going to the next question, code of internal conduct has to be framed by. Who will be the conducting this internal code of conduct? Options are self-regulatory organization, asset management companies, trustees of mutual funds and all of the above. Friends, the correct answer is all of the above. This code of internal conduct has to be framed by individual departments for their employees. It doesn't matter if this is a SRO, AMC or trustees of mutual funds, all of them have to frame it. Next question. In India, the Department of Revenue exercise control over matters relating to. Options are all direct and indirect taxes of Indian government, B. Utilization of proceeds of disinvestment, C. Both of the above, D. None of the above. Friends, the correct answer is all direct and indirect taxes of Indian government is taken care by the Department of Revenue and Excise. Whereas there is another Department of Disinvestment which takes care of the utilization of the proceeds of disinvestment. Going to the next question, what helps companies create value proposition for their customers? So it's asking a very simple question. How is a value proposition created by a company for its customers? Options are differentiating its product in terms of functionality, B. Differentiating its product in terms of quality, C. Both of the above. Let me give you an example, friends, like how is mock test channel creating a value proposition for its viewers. If you look at the content that we post you the contents which are recent and which are going to help you clear the exam in the very first attempt. Of course, there are many other channels out there. Of course, there are many other websites out there giving you out mock tests. But none of them would be providing you the most recently asked questions because we do the inventory shuffle. We update our questions every 2 weeks. That's the reason we have a market share where 90% of the students who are appearing for the mock test or the NISM exam go for the mock test channel mock test. Of course, this might sound to be like an advertisement, but it is a fact that all the courses that we offer, all the mock tests that we offer is of a superior quality than the competitors around us, thus creating a value proposition. So if you haven't gone through our website yet, please do have a visit www.mocktestchannel.com. There you will find all the latest question and answers that are asked in the recent exams. So the correct answer is both of the above. So there are two things. One is the quality that a person offers. Second is the functionality. That is, it is helping you to clear the exam in the first attempt. Going to the next question. The market capitalization of a company is 8 lakh. Its price to book value ratio is 10 and the book value is rupees 14. Then you have to calculate the net worth of the company. Let me tell you friends, in research analyst exam, there are plenty of numericals also which might come in the exam. So don't be surprised when you see the numericals in your question, because numericals is also carrying a lot of weightage in this exam. Let me see how this answer can be solved. You have to understand that price to book value ratio of a company is calculated by market capitalization divided by net worth. In this question, you have been given already the price to book value and you also know the market capitalization. Then it's a simple math. If you put it in the equation and calculate the net worth, it turns out to be 80,000, which is the correct answer for the net worth of the company. Going to the next question. Study of dash is essential to understand the income, investment and employment in an economy. Options are capital markets, B, foreign direct investment inflows, C, microeconomics, D, macroeconomics. So which of these studies is important when you are thinking about the investment and employment in an economy? It's the macroeconomics. Friends, let me tell you the difference between macro and microeconomics. Macroeconomics means things as a whole in the economy which can impact your business is what is macroeconomics. Whereas microeconomics are small things like your company is facing a debt. So that is a small issue which is being faced only by your company, which will fall under the bucket of microeconomics. So the correct answer over here is macroeconomics is the study that you have to do if you have to understand the income, investment and employment in a complete economy. Going to the next question. According to which act or regulation are treasury bills, bond and shares included in the definition of securities? So this question is very simple. Where is the securities definition given in the acts? Options are Securities and Exchange Board of India Act, B, SEBI Fraudulent and Unfair Trade Practices Relating to Securities Market Regulation, C, SEBI Prohibition of Insider Trading Regulations, D, Securities Contract Regulatory Act. So friends, the correct answer is SCRA, as we call it in short form, Securities Contract Regulation Act. Going to the next question. When do businesses plan to increase the capacity? As a business owner, when will you increase the capacity? Options are in the slowdown phase of the economic cycle, B, in the boom phase of the economic cycle, C, in the recession phase and D, in the depression. Definitely it's a very logical question wherein of course it's on the boom phase of the economy where we will think about increasing your capacity. Going to the next question. Which of this is a good source of information for investment analysis? Options are movement of stock prices for the last 3 years, B, research report from the credit rating companies, C, media reports of the company, D, news about the company in the social media. What among this can be taken as a good source of information, my friends? The good source of information is always a research report that you get from the credit rating companies. Media can say anything about you, news and social media can say anything about you, but when it comes to credit rating companies, they are the ones who will create the research reports which can be taken as a good source of investment information. Going to the next question. Which of these can lead to the failure of the research report? Options are complicated language, B, inconsistent views, C, unnecessary details, D, all of the above. Friends, the correct answer is all of the above. You know that all of these conditions like complicated language, inconsistent views and unnecessary details are all leading to the failure if you are creating a research report like that. Next question. Which of these can be considered as a threat in the SWOT analysis of a company? So you have to understand what is SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is strength, weakness, opportunities and threat. So when you are taking a look about your company in comparison with rest of the industry, you have to do a SWOT analysis of your company. So in this question they are asking which can be considered as a threat in the SWOT analysis. Options are the patents held by the company are expiring. B, the financial position of the company is very weak. C, no succession planning in the company. D, pressure on the government to ban the company's product. So all of these seems to be pretty much like weaknesses, but if you look at the fourth option, that is the pressure on the government to ban the company's product, looks like a threat to me, and that is what we'll call as a threat, whereas the rest of the three options are weaknesses of a company. Going to the next question, identify the action which SEBI is not empowered to take. So these are actions mentioned below, and from there you have to identify which of these actions the SEBI is not empowered to take. Options are to appoint the directors of the Financial Intelligence Unit. B, to suspend an office bearer of the SEBI registered intermediary. C, to suspend trading in a security listed of the stock exchange. D, impound and retain the proceeds of the securities in respect of any transaction which is in violation with the prima facie of the violation of the SEBI regulation. So plain answer, friends, that the appointment of the directors of the Financial Intelligence Unit is not coming under the empowerment of the SEBI. So SEBI has no decision factor over there. Going to the next question, which of these is the most suitable interference in the technical analysis, and if the prices breaks the resistance level? So it's pretty simple, friends. Like if you find that the share price is breaking the resistance level, what is going to happen next is the question. Options are, when the price breaks the resistance level, it is likely to stay there for some months. B, when the price breaks the resistance level, it is likely to fall down rapidly. C, when the price breaks the resistance level, it is likely to rise to the next resistance level. D, when the price breaks to the resistance level, it is likely to decline slowly. So anyone who is involved in trading will definitely know that once the resistance level is broken, then the share price will rise to the next resistance level. Going to the next question, which of these can be considered as a strength in the SWOT analysis? So we'll look at these options which are there, and we have to identify which can be considered as a strength. Options are strong financial position of the company, B, booming economy, C, low interest rates, D, all of the above. So you are talking about a company over here, so you have to look at the strength of the company but not of the economy. So the other two options seems to be something which is good and positive, but it's not about the company, it's about the macroeconomics. Here the option A is correct, that strong financial position of the company is what can be considered as the strength of a company in the SWOT analysis. Going to the next question, Dash gives a review of a company's sources and uses of cash over the year. Options are balance sheet, cash flow statement, C, income statement, D, working capital statement. So the correct answer is cash flow statement. If you look at a cash flow statement, you get a complete review of the company's sources and how it is using the cash over the year. Next question, which of the information can be considered as insider information? You all are aware about insider information, right? Like if you have somebody in the company and he tells you out some good news or bad news about the company and you use it for the trading, then you will be doing a crime. Yes, friends, so insider information is something that should be kept within the closed doors. It should not be let out. Let us look at the options. Options are a manager mentioning the numbers of employees of the company who are working from home. B, the managing director mentioning about the acquisition proposal not yet disclosed to the public. C, the information that the factory is working on the additional shift. This has been announced to the public but not published in the annual report. D, all of the above. So for the first one is not very important information. Second one seems to be like insider information. Third one is again talking about shifts which is already there in public, so cannot be considered as insider information. So the correct answer is option B, where the managing director is mentioning about some acquisition proposal but it is not yet disclosed in the public. Next question, which of these investments most probably has the highest uncertainty in terms of return? Which is it? Of course, when you are investing in any fund, you are taking that risk with that, but out of the given option, where do you think the risk will be a maximum? Options are mutual fund, B, pension fund, C, venture capital fund, D, provident fund. So out of these options, friends, venture capital fund which invests in the startups are taking the highest risk, and of course they might be awarded with the best returns if the companies do well. But if you look at the risk factor, the venture capital fund happens to be the most riskiest among them. Let's go on to the next question. Which of the following options do investors look for in their investment? A. Beat inflation. B. Give adequate returns. C. The principal amount invested should be safe. D. All of the above. So friends, as an investor, I would say that all the three options is something that I would prefer in an investment. So the correct answer is all of the above. Next question. Equity is said to be available for cheap when? Options are equity yields are higher than the bond yields. B. Equity yields are lower than the bond yields. C. The PE ratio of the Nifty is about 21. D. None of the above. So the correct answer is equity yields are higher than the bond yields. Then only we will say that equity is available for cheap. Going to the next question. The net profits of a company is 6,50,000 and the market capitalization is 300 lakhs. Calculate the earning per share. So friends, earning per share, if you want to calculate, you would need two information. First, the earning that you already have, and second thing is number of shares. Since you don't have the number of shares, you would say that data is insufficient for solving this problem. Next question. Which of the below option is not a component of the current account of a country? Options are imports, B, exports, C, loans, D, all of the above. So friends, you have to understand, for a country there are two accounts. One is the current account and second is the capital account. So imports and exports do fall under the current account, whereas the loans doesn't fall under the current account, it falls under the capital account. So the correct answer is loans. Going to the next question. Which model explains the analysis of industry through industry structure, its conduct and performance? So here below you have been shown 4 types of analysis and you have to find out which one will meet the condition where the conduct and the performance of the company and the structure is analyzed. So the answer is pretty simple friends. The option B is correct answer, because in the question itself you will see the word structure, conduct and performance, that is SCP analysis. Going on to the next question. The Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana 2014 was started and is being run by which department? So 4 departments are given here. The Department of Financial Services, Department of Commerce, Department of Revenue and Department of Disinvestment. So the correct answer is Department of Financial Services is what is looking at the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Next question. Dash is the right ratio which measures the effectiveness of the management in generating the return to common shareholders with available assets. So the correct answer is returns on equity. When you say returns on equity, that will be measuring the effectiveness of the management in generating the returns to the common shareholders on its available assets. Next question. Which of these are the unsystematic risk? So options are business risk, liquidity risk, credit risk and all of the above. So all of the above can be considered as unsystematic risk. The business risk, liquidity or credit, it cannot be determined in advance. So they will all fall under the unsystematic risk. Next question. A fundamental research analyst will study which of these factors? Options are the macroeconomic fundamentals, B, trends and patterns in the historical prices, C, history of price movements in the share, D, historical trend in share trading volumes. So the correct answer is macroeconomic fundamentals is what they will study. Next question. As per SEBI standard corporate governance, the independent director should constitute at least dash of the board if the chairman is non-executive director. So this is a law which has been written that at least 33% should be consisting of independent directors. Next question. If the price of an asset is more than its fair value, then the asset is called as. If something is more than the fair value, what will you say? You will call it overprice. So the correct answer is overprice. Until this point, friend, if you have understood all the questions and if you are liking the explanations that I am giving to you, please hit on that like button, press the subscribe button, because many of the times we see that there's a lot of people who are consuming our content but they shy away from pressing on that subscribe button. Pressing a subscribe button is totally free of cost. It actually helps us a lot because it gives us that boost, to create more content like this and help you guys pass the exam. So please do hit on that subscribe button. Next question. In dash bias, The investors look for evidence of some other investors buying specific securities. It is like if Ram buys it, then only I will also buy it. So what kind of bias would it be? Options are loss aversion bias, B, herd mentality, C, confirmation bias, D, gambler's fallacy. The correct answer is herd mentality. Just because my friend is buying it, then I am also ready to buy it, will fall under the herd mentality. Next question. Generally during expansion of economics and the unemployment rate will. So when the economies are expanding, what will happen to the unemployment rate? Options are falls, rises, remains constant, D, unattempted. So the correct answer is it will fall. When the expansion of the economics are happening, what will happen to the unemployment? People will get more job and the unemployment rate will go down. Next question. FMCG is an example of seasonal business in the context of structural conduct performance analysis. State whether true or false. Friends, FMCG is not taken as a seasonal business. It is taken as something which is throughout the year the business is on. Right? So in the SCP analysis, it is not falling under the category of the seasonal businesses. So this statement is false. Next question. Which department of Ministry of Finance is also involved in the matters such as financial assistance to the states and borrowing by states? Options are Department of Expenditure, B, Department of Economic Affairs, C, Department of Financial Services, D, Department of Revenue. So the correct answer is Department of Expenditure. Expenditure department is what is taking care of the matters which relate to the assistance to states or borrowing by the states. Next question. Describe employee stock option plan. What is employee stock option plan? Options are ESOP is an option given by the company to its employees to buy shares of the company immediately at a discounted price. B, ESOP of the shares issued to a company in exchange for their service. C, ESOP is a plan which the company funds the purchase of the stock option by employee from an external market. D, ESOP are instruments given by the company to its employees which gives them the option to buy the shares of the company at a predetermined price after a period of time called as vesting date. So the correct answer is fourth option, where your employer is saying that you are allowed to buy the shares of the company at so and so price after you complete 5 years in our company. So that is how the ESOP is calculated. Many times when we hear the news about some person earning 5 crores in a year, that also involves this employee stock option plan also added into their salary. That is why they are able to claim 5 crores in a year, because majority chunk of it is coming from ESOP. That was something additional information that I wanted to give you. Next question. The dash section of the research report will contain the analysis of the competition landscape. Option are industry analysis, B, company analysis, C, valuation analysis, D, valuation analysis. Correct answer is industry analysis, friend. When you look at the industry analysis section of the report, you will come to know all the competitions that you have. Next question. When a central bank of a country follows contractionary monetary policy, this result can be. Option is a decrease in the rate of interest, B, and fast increase in the money supply, C, a decrease in the flow of credit to the borrower, D, all of the above. The correct answer is a decrease in the flow of credit to the borrowers. Next question. When someone is doing a valuation of a business, he or she will be required to forecast the cash flows expected in the future. This can be done by. Options are looking at the internal determinant of the growth in the company, B, applying a rate estimated by the analyst based on the information analysis, C, applying the historical growth rate exhibited by the company, D, all of the above. So the correct answer is all of the above. Let's go on to the next question. Which analysis is not concerned about whether a stock is trading at its fair price with respect to the intrinsic value or not? The options are fundamental analysis, B, technical analysis, C, quantitative analysis, D, all of the above. Friends, the correct answer would be fundamental analysis. Because fundamental analysis is not looking at the charts, it is not looking at what price the current stock is trading, whereas it is looking at long in the future, in the long term investment perspective, if the management is good or not, how is the stock doing in compared with their peers. So that is what the analysis consists of. Whereas technical analysis would be looking at the price, is it a good price to buy, is it a fair price to buy, all that kind of analysis will be happening under the technical analysis. So the correct answer here would be fundamental analysis. Next question. Identify the correct statement with respect to the GST collected by the vendor. The options are: GST vendors can claim credit of the GST paid on their input goods and then will have to remit the balance to the account of the government. B. GST vendors will have to deposit the entire GST collected with the government. C. GST vendors can keep the GST collected with themselves as it's part of their income. D. None of the above. Friends, you have to understand that as a vendor, what can they do? They can take the GST amount also for the input goods. At the same time, towards the end of the year, they can put this amount to the government's account and call it off. Don't forget to visit www.mocktestchannel.com because it is only 10% of the new content that I could make it into the video. For the rest of the questions that were recently asked in the past 2 weeks, please visit our website www.mocktestchannel.com. There you will find NISM 15 Research Analyst Question and Answers mock test. Go into that and there you will find the rest of the question and answer mock test with explanation. Friends, with this we have reached the end of this video. If you found my content useful, if you found that the time that I have invested is worth of a like, please hit on that like button and press on that subscribe button. I'd be grateful to you. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll meet you in the next video.